Hey folks, in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how you can make these awesome potion bottles, or any shape bottle for that matter, using just a few modifiers in Blender. So without further ado, let's get stuck right in. Okay folks, let's start by opening up Blender, saying hello to our old friend the default cube before hitting X and hastily removing the default cube. Now what I want you to do is hit Shift A and add in a plane. Now hit Tab to go into edit mode, and we're going to subdivide this just the once. Now what I want you to do is hitting 1 on the number bar to bring up vertex select mode, and then holding Shift and dragging, you can select all the vertices except these two here, and then hit Shift, delete vertices. So you're essentially left with this line running from the center of our scene to this edge here. Now if I hit if I hit 3 and go into right orthographic, I can grab this here, and then what I can do, let's just zoom out a little bit, hit Shift and the scroll wheel to scroll down just to position this better. I can now extrude this up and create my bottle shape, making sure that I'm still in this one view that is looking straight on. That way it's going to keep this line strict with the y-axis, as you'll see here. So if I extrude this up, 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 and as you can see, you can pretty much make whatever potion bottle shape you want. I'm going to go for something kind of traditional fantasy, put a nice curve on there, come up here. I'm going to stick it out just a little bit, and then I'm going to bring it up. And this time I'm going to hit Z to make sure this is perfectly straight. I'm going to bring it up to there. And there you have it. We have this awesome shape. Now, obviously this looks like half a bottle shape, and if you move around, it just looks like some kind of weird line. Well, we have a really cool modifier we can use to make this into a bottle. So this is awesome. If you go into the modifiers menu, add modifier, generate, and then down to screw. When you hit screw, voila, you have this amazing potion bottle shape that's kind of just all came together really quickly. Isn't that great? Now, basically what it's done is taken that line and spun it 360 to create a mesh. And you can see here by the angle where it says 360. If I change this to 180, so half of a circle, you'll see here that we have half the mesh. Very, very cool. Now, this wouldn't print on any kind of 3D printer because it's only one flat plane. It needs to have some actual thickness and some geometry. So let's just change that angle back to 360. And what we can do is we can add some thickness to that by adding a modifier, generate, and then add a Solidify modifier. Now, I'm going to change the offset to 1. And then if I increase the size, the thickness of this, you'll see that it adds a bunch of thickness to this. Looks real chubby. And then, so we only need a little bit on here. It's amazing. Look at that. Now, it might also look a little bit too bumpy for you, and you're like, I don't really like, it doesn't look very smooth. Well, we can fix that as well. So what we can do is add another modifier, generate, and do a subdivision surface modifier. Now, suddenly, it looks very nice and smooth. Now, if you see a hole in the bottle of your model, don't worry about it. On screw, just make sure you hit merge. That way, the point in the middle, they will all merge together, creating a sealed mesh. Excellent. Now, what we can do here is we can apply the screw modifier and then apply the Solidify modifier. And if you want, like, the lip here is rounded, and the bottom is a little bit rounded here too, what we can do to basically tell our subdivision not to affect certain lines, if I hit 2, Alt, and grab all this line, hold Shift and grab all of this line, and then I go into the item menu, you'll see here I have a mean crease, which is going to be the mean crease for all of these lines that I have selected. If I increase that, you'll see here that it reduces the amount that the subdivision modifier is affected, and it gives me this kind of tighter, flat lip, which I really like. And then I'm going to grab this line in here. You can't actually see it because it's hidden by the subdivision surface modifier, but I'm going to grab that one and increase that crease too, just to create a flatter thing, because when I make the cork, I want that to sit in neatly in this bottle. And then for the bottom, I'm going to go into 3, into face select. I'm going to select all of these, and then I'm going to increase the crease on that as well. The reason being is I want that bottom to be completely flat because it needs to sit on the print bed and print really nicely. But there you go, folks. That is essentially the bottom part done. Looking real nice. And of course, you can keep rinsing and repeating and make whatever potion bottle shapes you want or whatever storage container shapes you want using this screw method. Isn't that super cool? All right, let's quickly make a stopper for this and then we're all done. Okay, so once we're happy with our final bottle shape, the bottom is flat, the lip is flat, it looks really neat. We can then go over here and we can apply that subdivision. Now, if I go into edit mode, what I'm going to do is with Alt held, I'm going to grab that face, hold Shift, I'm going to grab that, and that, making sure that when I click towards the edge, I click towards that edge because then it will grab all the loop around. Now what I can do is I can hit Shift, duplicate on the Z, bring this up, and we have the interior of our cork. Now I can scale this to 0.99 just to make sure that it is 99% of the size it originally was, which means it will slide in a little bit easier. Now I can grab the very bottom line by going into into edge select, hitting Alt and grabbing all that line, hitting F to create a face. Excellent. Now I can grab the top here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to grab all of that. I'm going to extrude this up on the Z like so, scale it out just a little bit, and then hit F, and that is it. Now, these are still technically the same model, which we don't want because that will be hard to export them for 3D printing. So you can just grab anything on the top model, hit L to select all of the linked pieces. That means, you know, all the pieces that are actually linked to it, and then hit P, and you can separate by selection. Great. So up here, now in my menu, I can hit this. I can change the name of plane to bottle, and I can change plane.001 to stopper. So now we have the bottle and the stopper, and that is it. If I bring this down here, whoop, that's going to sit in there, and this is going to print up really nicely. So I'll print these corks in brown, the bottle in some other color, and this should look fantastic. And yeah, you can rinse and repeat this to make whatever bottle shapes you want. Isn't that incredible? Cooler storage for your dice, pens, whatever you want to keep in there. A bit of immersion for your D&D games. But yeah, I love how this turned out. I want to see what you folks use and make using the screw modifier. So do let me know. Awesome. All done. And that's it, folks. Making bottles the easy way using just a few modifiers. You can do this same technique to make any shape bottle you would like. If you've enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and check out my other videos on my playlist. I've been Copper Thumb. You've been awesome. I'll see you in the next one.